Marlon Montgomery in Survivor, and here is the man himself, Mr. Marlon Montgomery. Hello, Marlon.
Hello there. How are you? Thanks for having me on.
Hey, listen, it's a pleasure to have you here, and believe me, you woke us up a little bit there. That thing rocks.
Yeah, I thought we'd start off the album with a good old rock tune to kick into high gear.
Well, it definitely does every bit of that. And before we get into the album and the story behind it, tell the folks a little bit about Marlon Montgomery for people who aren't familiar with you.
Sure. Well, to give a little context of the album itself, it's actually a tribute album that I put together for my dad, Michael Montgomery, who passed away in 1991. Unfortunately, of lung cancer, and started this project about 5 years ago. And it was the 40th anniversary of the Backstreet Crawler album that my dad played with and was on the lead songwriter on with Paul Costa from the band Free. And it was the 20th anniversary of my dad's passing, so started talking to a couple of his old bandmates, Tony and Terry, Tony Bronicle, Terry Wilson, and we thought it'd be a great idea to get these songs back out there and show off my dad's songwriting skills.
Definitely some skills involved there. And now, was he a co-writer on all of the music on the album?
Yes, for the Coiling Spider album, he was the writer on every song, except one which was a co-written song with Kossoff and Uri Slesser from Backstreet Crawler. But yeah, he was the primary writer and composer for all these songs.
Okay, Marlon, where are you from? What's your background? Other than obviously following your dad's music.
Sure. I'm currently based in Austin, Texas. Moved here about a year ago. Bounced around the globe a little bit. I was in the computer graphics animation business, which is more project-based, so that had me traveling and moving around a bit, as you could imagine. Born in London when my dad was over there playing with Kossoff in Backstreet Crawler. My mom was there as well. And funnily enough, before I was named Marlon, my temporary name, until they found Marlon, was International. and
I love it.
Omen there. And one of my dad's best friends, who unfortunately passed away last year with this terrible COVID disease, Alan Merrill, if you're familiar with him from the Arrows, and he was the original songwriter of I Love Rock and Roll and a lot of great things. He used to have a TV show in the UK, and
really?
He wanted to announce me as International Montgomery on my birth on his TV show.
Okay, I just got some kind of a signal from from behind the glass, and I'm not sure what they meant, but we'll move right along here anyway, because I want to give John Bon Jovial a chance to get in here. Note he's got a question or comment he'd like to make.
Yeah, sorry about the confusion there. My phone was ringing, and it kept ringing, so I muted my microphone so it wouldn't get out into the audio.
Oh, okay. Hand signals don't cover everything.
Yeah, hand signals don't cover everything. That's right. Marlon, welcome to the show. It is fabulous to have you here. And I got to tell you, that piece of music that we just listened to, Survivor, kind of kicks ass a little bit. Really like that. It is something that, David will tell you, I never get to listen to the music beforehand. It's always, it's always something new for me every single week, because that way I can give an honest first impression instead of having to think it over. And I'm listening to this. I like the fact that it's just a good, solid, upbeat piece of rock and roll. And I guess the highest compliment that I could pay on this would be the fact that what I'd pictured was being in a large venue, and people are holding up their lighters and cheering and passing a doobie.
There you go.
In other words, I liked it.
That's about the right time frame of where this came from.
That's a good compliment.
Yeah, absolutely. What was the thought process that got you into not just making this song, but any other thing that you have created leading up to this moment? And I guess what I'm trying to find out is what is the path that you took to lead you up to this type of rock and roll at this particular moment in time?
Yeah, so these are re-recorded songs of my dad's music, and what I did was get together with a couple of his old bandmates and who I've kept in touch with over the years, Terry Wilson and Tony Blonigal, who were the rhythm section in Backstreet Crawler and a couple other bands with my dad back in the days in Houston. And we went through my dad's catalog, and of course they're all songs close to my heart, but they
Sure.
really put together a nice little selection of tunes. So on the album, there's 7 re-recorded songs from mostly the band Backstreet Crawler, from the album The Band Plays On, which came out in 1996, the year I was born. And then there's about 10 other tracks on there, which I call bonus material, but they're demo tracks off my dad's solo album, and some of his music, which was more blues and country, blues country music in the 80s and 90s. But yeah, I thought the Survivor track was, especially the way it turned out, and Robbie Wyckoff was sang on that. He just killed it. I thought that'd be a great way to kick off the album.
I think you all killed it, and I'm glad you mentioned the different types of music in here, because I was going to ask you about that. There's pop rock, there's blues, touch of country, and Americana-ish. It's quite a cross sampling, and I think it speaks very highly of your dad's talents.
Thank you so much, and that's. Of course, what I thought as well. Like I said, I think it's hard to pick out the perfect sampling, but I think the toughest part was trying to have a taste of his whole catalog through the years, but also being able to put it all together on an album and make it work without being too choppy or something that didn't sound right, like it wasn't in the right place.
Exactly, yeah, I can understand that. Now, this album, if I remember correctly, came out just at the end of October, right?
That's correct, yeah.
And it is available where?
All your favorite digital platforms, both streaming and Amazon for sale. If you look up Crawling Spider, tribute to Mike Montgomery, you should be able to find it without any issues.
Great. Now, we have a thing here on the David Bowers Awards. Once you're on the show, you're part of our family, and we'd like to keep track of our family and what you're doing. So we have one page on Facebook that's the David Bowers Awards groups page. It's a music page, groups page, and that's open to artists to post their information, their new releases, tours, although touring is cut down quite a bit right now. But, anything that you have that you want to share with your fans and followers and the rest of the world, you can go ahead and post it on there, and we'll pick it up from there and put it on our other social media pages so we can help you in that respect. Now, we also believe very strongly that self-promotion should be highly promoted, and we invite you to do that right now, as a matter of fact. Tell the people how they can find you and contact you.
Sure. Thank you so much for that. So probably the easiest would be the Facebook page, which would be facebook.com/KossSpider, so KossSpider. Also on Instagram at Crawling Spider Album, and at Twitter at _Crawling Spider.
Very good. Now, this next tune we're going to play, I want to take a second to tell you that I really like what you've done as a tribute to your father. I'm sorry for your loss, of course, and sadly, it's something we all have to go through in our lives. But I really feel that your dad would be proud of what you've done here as a tribute to him, because it's not only his music in one album, but such a cross-section, such a sampling of the different styles and genres and types of music that he did. I think you've done an excellent job, and I commend you on that. Congratulations on that. And we're going to close with one that has a unique title. It's one of those things that you say the title and then you stop and say, what did I just say? But tell us about this. It's a long way down to the top.
Yeah, it's a long way down to the top. If I had to pick one track, that's my favorite. It's tough, but I'd have to pick. It's a long way down to the top. And the reason is I think it's just such an anthemic tune. And like you said, it's one of those tunes where you hold up the letters, and you could totally see it being played in the stadium, in the radio. It's memorable. And not only is it a tribute to my dad, but also had Paul Costa in mind as well, and his tragic death. And I think the song kind of wraps up his life a little bit as well. And the storytelling is great.
Very good. Listen, Marlon, want to thank you so much for spending time with us today and for sharing your music and your story, of course. And again, a salute to the album and the tribute to your father. You've done an excellent job there. And thank you so much for sharing it with us so that we can share it with our listeners. Ladies and gentlemen, his name is Marlon Montgomery, and this is from the tribute album to his late father, Mike Montgomery. This is It's a Long Way Down to the Top.